another edition of Coffee with Coaches. My name is Kevin Edelson. I'm pleased to be joined by Max Silberlicht, assistant coach with the men's lacrosse team. And Max, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Kev. Thanks for asking.
No problem. So we'll jump right into it. I want to find out from you how you got into coaching.
Sure. So I got into coaching right after I graduated college. I went to Hobart College in upstate New York, and going through my education there, I found myself not really knowing what the quote unquote real world looked like, and wanted to stay involved with sports. And I was able to utilize a lot of lacrosse connections to find my first coaching job, which was at Lynchburg College down in Central Virginia. Actually, my head coach, T.W. Johnson, worked at Lynchburg for the current head coach when I was going down there to interview. And he put me in touch and connected. And I was lucky enough to land a graduate assistant job at Lynchburg College. Coach Kudelka brought me in and allowed me to sort of learn under him and learn from an awesome program that has unbelievable values and shaped me into more of the leader and coach I am today.
Do you think goalies make better coaches? I'm sure you're a little bit biased, but just tell me, because we see a lot of goalies, I feel like, become involved in coaching.
Yeah, I don't know if they make better coaches. I certainly think that goalies are really selfless people, and I think selfless people make really good coaches. So we'll by transitive property, goalies make better coaches.
That's good. I got to butter up the guest here, So now talk to us a little bit about your role in international coaching. You're with Latvia, and now you're the head coach with the Israel program. What's it like to grow a program like Latvia, and then to take over a program like Israel that you've got a connection with through your brother as well?
Sure. So my involvement with international lacrosse has been something that I hold in really high regard. My full-time job is coaching lacrosse. And then when I get time away, we'll call it, I go and coach lacrosse. It's something that it's always just been a part of my life since my mother brought me and four buddies to Lemoyne camp in 1998. Lacrosse has always been around. So having a different avenue to be a part of it is really cool. I got connected with the Latvian head coach and sort of that we call him the grandfather of lacrosse in Latvia, Paul Zintars Kalnins. And I got connected with him at a tournament in Berlin, actually. And he just sort of wrote me in, and tighter and tighter each year. Next thing you know, I'm his assistant at the World Games in 2014 out in Denver. And then shortly thereafter, I'm his assistant in 2016 in Budapest at the European Championships. And next thing you know, he's stepping down to take care of some family and some health stuff. And there I am being the head coach of the Latvian national team. And we attacked the World Games in 2018 in Antalya, Israel. So that's kind of my progression through it. But honestly, the coolest part about Latvia is the people that are involved. Those guys don't play lacrosse to get a scholarship. Those guys don't play lacrosse because it's, the cool thing to do. Those guys play lacrosse because they love the game. They enjoy the camaraderie around the Latvian lacrosse program, and they love being around each other, and they care about each other. And it's just a really different perspective of why you play the game. And it's something that for them to take me into their little community of lacrosse in Latvia and Riga and Druva and Jelgava. And it's just so humbling, quite honestly, to allow myself to become a part of that. And I had a ton of fun. I learned as much from them. I learned more from them than they learned from me, that's for sure. But certainly taking a program that in 2010 was at the bottom of the barrel in the World Games to 2014 ended up being, I believe, 19th, losing a double overtime game to Wales without our best player, to 2016 coming in 9th in Europe. And we were arguably the 4th best team in the tournament. Just unfortunately with our group, we had Germany and England, the 1st place team and the 3rd place team. So watching the game grow, and then I guess to take it all the way to 2018, and we were the 17th best team in the world. And it was something that that group is so special, and I'm really proud to say that I was a part of it, and actually rocked a rain jacket, a Latvia rain jacket the other night at practice, not here at BU, but at another lacrosse thing that I was doing. And I just certainly am proud to wear those 3 stars on my chest, because they mean a lot to those guys, and they competed really, really hard. So taking that, being a part of that experience for about 8-9 years, and turning it into an Israel lacrosse head coaching job, couldn't be luckier. I can't say, maybe I earned it, maybe I didn't. I would say that I got a really, really good person in my corner as far as my brother is concerned, and I'm just going to ride his coattails as long as I can. But he's been involved with the Israel lacrosse program now for 7 years, and turning it into a family affair is something that I couldn't be more excited about. It sucked leaving my Latvian guys, but because family is so important, it just made a lot of sense. Now I can actually watch Jake play lacrosse instead of playing in the same time slots at these international events. My parents can wear one set of colors instead of having to change jackets in between games, to come watch me coach and stand on the sidelines in khakis. But no, I'm excited about it. It's something that the expectations are really darn high, and I think as a competitor, that's something that we strive for. We want to be a part of that. As a competitor, you want the expectations to be high. Otherwise, it's just a men's league, right? It doesn't mean much. You're just out there kind of running around. So the expectations are high. We're trying to find some really good people, as well as really good lacrosse players, and people that want to commit to Israel. A lot of people think that we just recruit Jewish lacrosse players and they show up for the events and they're the best lacrosse players on the field. And that just simply isn't the case. The way that I build my team and the way that I've committed to building the team for the European championships next summer and the World Games in 2023 that are going to be held in Los Angeles is with guys that have showed a significant amount of commitment to the country of Israel. And that means spending a significant amount of time in Israel. Okay, whether that's the month of December for the IPLL, whether that is a gap year for a semester over there, which they're actually holding right now, the MASA gap year program, where college or just high school graduate lacrosse players are going over there to serve the Israel lacrosse community while also train and live in beautiful apartments on the Mediterranean Sea. We call it Lake Israel over there, and just have the best weather while also getting their studies done, or maybe taking a complete gap year. But those guys that have committed time to the Israel lacrosse mission of growing the game in country are going to be the guys that I commit to when building my roster for those next 2 events. And yeah, the expectations are going to be high, but whenever you build a team, you want people that you trust, and you want people that are committed, and talent comes third.
Did you get a sense when you were coaching for Latvia at the 2018 games in Netanya that lacrosse was a big deal in Israel, just based on whether it was the atmosphere or just seeing people playing and gathering the reaction from the country?
Sure. I mean, I think it's still a growing sport. I mean, let's call a spade here. Hoops and soccer are certainly the top 2 sports in Israel, but hosting an international tournament like that with 53 countries coming to play at the Wingate Institute, which is the sports institute in Israel, that opened some eyes for sure. My brother, not only being the captain of the field and box teams, he's also director of youth development in the country. And he's got over 1,000 kids playing lacrosse in the country of Israel. So it's a growing thing. We're excited about the direction of it. Every day the organization takes a step forward. And it's really neat that I get to be a part of it.
So my last question, you talked about being selfless, and I think certainly your team has been selfless, your defensive unit has been selfless, and the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, which is raising awareness for the American Cancer Society. And I know it's a very important campaign for not only for you, but for for your defensive guys. Who just want to talk to us a little bit about what sparked that initiative and how much joy you see from you guys stepping up to make a difference in the community.
Sure. So the Real Men Wear Pink campaign kind of came about. I had a high school buddy reach out to me. The American Breast Cancer Association started a campaign called Real Men Wear Pink. He was nominated as a quote unquote real man in his home community, which was my home community of Utica, New York. And I thought it would be something that our guys would totally buy into, because I know we all have strong women in our lives that either we totally respect and would want to support if they found themselves in a battle with breast cancer, or worse, we know someone that is either battling it now or has succumbed to it and has moved on, and we want to make sure that they're never forgotten. But those strong women in our lives is something that myself, I truly care about, but also I know my guys care about. When I proposed the idea, I had 5-6 text messages from guys just thanking me that we were going to do something, even if it was as little as this, just wearing pink on a Friday and donating $5, whatever it was, because that it meant a lot to them. It meant a lot to them because a mother or an aunt or something had been affected. So I was super proud of them, to step up and to be quite honest with you, dress up like idiots. But hey, if you do something confidently and it's for something and it means something, you don't look like an idiot. You look confident. You look like you mean to be there. And I love to see it, man. And in a short week on college athlete budgets, my guys were able to raise $309, and we had an anonymous donor duplicate that donation. So we ended up raising over $600 for the Real Men Wear Pink campaign of Jordan Peters in Utica, New York.
That's
But
great.
I'll be honest with you, man. It doesn't stop there. Our guys are always giving back. Okay, whether it's the Harlem lacrosse community or specifically staying with the cancer research and the cancer support, which hits really, really close to home. Our guys have been the last 2 years full bore in the Headstrong Foundation and the Mustache Madness. And I'd like to say that I've had this mustache now for a few days just doing the Mustache Madness, but this has become a staple. So I'm excited to jump in as well. Nikki Ellerton's kind of leading the charge. But this year, our guys are diving into Headstrong now and the Mustache Madness. And Nick's house in Philadelphia needs all the support that they can get for the 315,000 families that are affected by cancer each year during this time. So it's something that that our guys are always giving back. Okay, our guys are always giving back, and I'm excited to find a way to raise a few more bucks, for Nick's house and the Headstrong Foundation, and keep an eye out for our Headstrong page. It's something that our guys have some fun with the mustaches for sure. And those that can't grow them, they got to grow their fundraising accounts more. So it becomes something that is inherent in our guys and inherent in our programs. It's not just the D guys, it's the whole team. And you'll see my ugly mug on there as well.
Yeah, no, you said it perfectly. The program is, I think, certainly built on giving back and being a part of the community. And it's great to see not only just the Real Men Wear Pink, but Mustache Madness, Bike to the Beach, Harlem Lacrosse. The list goes on, and it's really great to see the guys and the staff give back. Well, Max, thanks so much for taking the time to join us here on another episode of Coffee with Coaches, and we look forward to seeing your fundraising efforts and your coaching efforts continue.
Cheers, Kev. Have a good coffee this morning.